In this video, I'm going to be talking about um, variables in Python, and I'm going to start by telling you what a variable is. So to tell you what a variable is, I have a simple analogy prepared here. So let's say I have a bucket. So this is a bucket, okay? Um, and let's say I have some random stuff. So I have this cat here that is slightly large. I have this rocket and I have this 8 ball. So imagine that this bucket is the variable. What a variable lets you do is it lets you store information in that variable. So let's say if I put this cat, if I put this cat into the bucket, that bucket would now have the cat. Or you could say that the variable has the value of the cat. Okay. Then now if I say, okay, what if I put this rocket into the bucket? Then now it will be, oh, the bucket now has a rocket inside. So the variable would have the value of a rocket. And then same with the 8 ball. Same with the 8 ball. So um, the bucket has that 8 ball inside it. Oh, the value of the variable is the 8 ball. Um, why is this useful? You may not understand now, but you will understand as the videos progress. So I'm not gonna say a lot about it now. Um, so we can put stuff in it. We can also view. So we can okay. So the bucket, right, is alive. The bucket's alive. Okay. So the bucket's alive, and then we can ask the bucket, hey bucket, yes. What do you have inside you? Oh, I have an 8 ball inside me. Or my value is the 8 ball. Or I have the cat inside me, so my value is the cat. Oh, thanks bucket, no problem. So we can store stuff into the bucket, and we can ask the bucket, right? Oh, hey, what's inside you? So we can change the value of the variable, and we can view what is the value of the variable. Okay, that is what a variable is. Um, but okay, how do I like do this stuff in Python, right? So I will show you now. So I have this VS Code environment set up here, and I'm going to show you how to create variables. Okay, so let's say I want to create a variable. What do I need to do? First, you need to come up with a name. So we've been talking about buckets, right? Buckets being the analogy for variables. So let's make a variable called bucket. So to start creating your variable, or the term to use is initializing your variable, or initializing and setting, right? You just say, oh, bucket equals, and then what that does is, oh, now the Python program is waiting for you to give the bucket a value. So in Python, when you create variables, you need to immediately give that variable a value. So just now we had cats, we had a cat, we had a rocket, we had an 8 ball. So let's just have a cat in the bucket. So what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to do something that might be puzzling to you. I'm not going to do bucket equals to cat. I'm actually going to do bucket is equals to quotations cat. So you may be asking me, wait, what is this quotations thing? What is that? So you know how when I was talking about the bucket, how you could store a cat, you could store a rocket ship, you could store an 8 ball. Those three different things, those three different objects, not counting the cat because the cat is alive, right? Those are different types of things in the world, different types. So that cat was a mammal, which was an animal, which was a live thing. That's a different type of thing. That rocket ship was the rocket ship is a space thing, which is a different type of thing. That 8 ball is for pool, which is a different kind of thing. So you can store different types of things in buckets. In Python, in the world of Python, there are different types of things as well. There are different types of things, there are different types of values. Okay? So remember how I was referring to the cat, the rocket ship, and the 8 ball as a value? Right, yeah. So now in Python, there are different types of values. And the different types are like this. They are, there are strings, there are integers, and then there are booleans, and then there's other stuff like that. Because this is a lesson about variables, I'm not going to go too deep into this. There are many different types of types in Python, but this is a beginner lesson series, so I'm only going to talk about these three. Strings are basically text like, oh, a name, or like, if, okay, let's say I have a string like doe, a deer, a female deer, right? Doe. Doe is a name. Let's say doe is the name of a deer, right? If I put it in these quotation, inside these quotation marks, I'm saying to the Python program, oh, this is a string. Okay. For integers, I can just write down a number. So if I write down a number, that's off the top of my head, like this, then I will be telling the Python program, right, with no quotations, I remember this is just numbers, numerals. Then say, oh, this is an integer. And for booleans, it's a bit special. Booleans is a type of thing where there are only two different states of it. There is true and there's false. I'll talk more about that later. And notice how when I said, oh, true, again, there's no quotation marks. This is its own type. Okay, true, false. Alright, I'll talk about more of that later. So right now we have this, oh, and if you're wondering what this hashtag is, this hashtag is basically a comment. And if there is a comment, I'm basically telling the Python program to ignore this entire line. I forgot to mention how Python actually works. So you see how there are these line numbers, right? 1, 2, 3, all the way to 8. When you run a Python program, it will start the program at 1, and then it will see, okay, let's see what this guy has written. Oh, he initialized, or he created a bucket, he created a variable named bucket, and the bucket's value is cat, which is a string type. Okay, I'm going to store that. I'll remember, oh yeah, you created a variable. Let's move on to the second line. Oh, there's nothing. Okay, let's move on to the third line. Oh, there's nothing, blah, 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 all the way to 8. And once it reaches the last line, the program closes and your program ends. Yeah. So it runs from top to bottom, basically, the program. So, okay, variables, yeah. So we have one bucket here, which has the value cat. Let's create another bucket. Let's create a bucket 2. Yeah. And then let's store a number in this bucket. Let's store, okay, a number off the top of my head. Let's store this number. Okay. Now, the next bucket, let's store a Boolean value. Let's store a Boolean value. Okay. Now I'm going to, so okay, maybe asking yourself again, right? What can I do with these values? What's the point of this? Blah, blah, blah. This is the first video, so you're going to have to trust me that variables are very important, and so are these types. And you'll see in the next few lessons why they are. So just leave it at this for now, and then just like keep this in your head. Remember how to create variables. Remember the different types, and yeah, I mean that's pretty much it. Yeah. So I guess a task for you would be just to, okay, you don't need to have a concrete task. Just make just create variables with interesting names, give them cool values, and then I'll count that as a job well done. One thing to note, right? When you are creating your variable name right, can only have characters and numbers, and your variable name cannot have spaces in between. So let's say like I want to say, oh, the best bucket equals to 1. Okay, you can't do that. So you have to, if you want to like name a variable like that, you can give underscores, or you can capitalize the start of each word, and then oh, the best bucket, something like that. So okay, I know this was a very quick lesson and I spoke very quickly, but for the first lesson in this series, there's not much to talk about variables. But what I'll say is that in the next video, the use of variables is very prevalent. But yeah, this is the end of this lesson. So thanks for sticking around. Do the task, and I'll see you in the next one.